Welcome back to New York Comic Con 2014. My name is Carlos Abdu, and I'm here with one of Comic Den's most beloved couple, Fred Lente and Ryan Dunlavey. How you guys doing?
We're doing good. We're doing good. We're in
having a great time.
We're in counseling right now, and we're trying to work it all out.
Oh, come on. I thought things were going great with you over the honeymoon.
I'm just kidding. Things are just going swimmingly here. We're selling our books. Our new hardback is out. We couldn't be happier.
Yeah, what Fred said.
So, what is the impetus behind Action Philosophers, this hilarious book that takes some of the greatest philosophical ideals and concepts and turn it into a comic book?
Well, initially it was just one 8-page story. Ryan and I were trying to get into an anthology of biography comics, and so we did a humorous biography of Friedrich Nietzsche, the gag of which was, what if this was the comic that came with your Nietzsche action figure, hence the name Action Philosophers. We didn't get into the anthology, but Ryan shopped around a bit. One place commissioned us to do a whole bunch more. That place went out of business. We got a Xeric grant to self-publish the book, and here we are, 10 years later. This is the 10th anniversary edition.
What was the ideas behind some of the looks of the philosophers, like the scuba diving with tails, and I forget who it was, but he threw himself into a volcano in order to in order to erase all traces of himself.
Well, nobody knows what those guys looked like, so we just took what their philosophy was, and I just made these goofy versions of them based on whatever they thought. I can't even pronounce their names. I don't remember them. But like the water
fish head.
Yeah. One of the water guys was a fish head. The other one was a scuba diver. Yeah, like you said. One guy's hair was on fire, and that was, we, like Fred was saying, we kind of did this thing as a joke, and then the joke became on us because like all of a sudden, like, guess what? People actually like this. We had to do 300 pages of philosophy comics.
Have this book has ever been in actual accredited schools, like in libraries or in college things? This would be a very bridge between the gap between popular media and educational media.
Yeah, it's been used in a bunch of schools. We don't necessarily have all the data for that, but yeah, no, definitely. I mean, we've heard from college professors in or teachers in Scotland, in Canada, here in the States, everywhere else. It's been awesome.
And what was your goal with doing Action Philosophers? Like, what was the end game behind this idea?
The end game was to just show people a good time and be really entertaining. I think learning is fun, and learning new things, and just the whole project of philosophy is fun. But I think a lot of people find it intimidating, with whether it's the big words or the big concepts. And so comics kind of humanize those ideas and kind of, I think, bring them down to a manageable level for a lot of people.
So, Ryan, how did you and Fred got together and got this motley crew going?
We were friends.
Okay, Cupid.
Yes. We were friends in college, and we both met through the comic book club, and we never actually worked on comics together until this. It was 10 years after we had met before we actually collaborated. I was a renegade, and I thought I could write and draw my own stuff, and then,
I insulted his writing enough until he felt so insecure he had to bring me on as a writer.
Pretty much.
So, what is your next upcoming projects? You seem to have an entire series right over here, beyond the initial hardcover.
Yeah, well, we can't talk too many details, but this is going to be an Action Presidents. We have a sort of the one floppy comic right now, but we're working on more, working to make more.
Yes.
Are you going to have one for every president? Are we going to have one for Roosevelt?
Which one?
You know which one. The only one that matters.
I don't know. The other one was pretty good, too.
I mean, yeah, he helped, World War II and stuff, but I'm talking about Teddy.
Teddy, okay. I did not realize that's who you're referring to.
Of course, the only action president who matters.
That's true.
The president
he was literally an action president. That's very true.
That's the one I'm pushing for to do, so we'll see.
And of course, Lincoln fighting random stuff because, that's the popular thing now. Having President Lincoln fighting vampires, zombies, werewolves.
Cyclopses.
Robots.
Orcs. I could keep going.
You should write this down.
We don't have to. We're recording it.
And what beyond the Action Philosophers, what is your other projects going on?
For Dark Horse, I write Conan, which is super awesome. From then next month, I have Resurrectionists, which is a creator-owned series about people who can summon and become their own past lives. Super excited about that. The art's amazing for that. I do Magnus Robot Fighter for Dynamite. And Action Archer and Armstrong, behind me, for Valiant, is wrapping up shortly, but that'll be replaced by a great book called Time Walker in January.
Wait, Archer and Armstrong is ending?
Yes, this month.
What?
25, with the giant, uber-sized 25.
Oh,
I'm sorry I had to break the bad news here, but
I mean, I'm excited for our Time Walker, but I thought, well, with the delinquents going on,
and the delinquent, yeah, that's right. You can still read about Archer Armstrong and the delinquents. That's very true.
And Armstrong is going to be in the Valiant,
Right.
but I thought it was going to be like going and ongoing, or at least get another team. This seems to be one of the most popular titles on the island.
It's certainly my most popular title in the world, to me personally. But yeah, I pretty much all the stories I wanted to tell, or that arc that had begun with the first issue was over. So,
all right,
time to move on. I'm not a write 100 issues of something kind of person.
And what about your ongoing project, Ryan?
Right now I'm doing a webcomic called Little Classics, LILCLASSIX, with my good buddy, written by my good buddy Grady Hendrix. And we're doing newspaper-style strip adaptations of classic literature. We did basically the same kind of thing, taking like the classics and making fun of them. We did Little Women, and we're in the middle of doing Romeo and Juliet right now. We're going to do Dracula and a few others after that. Basically, anything that's in the public domain, we're going to make merciless fun of.
Will this be published anytime soon, or still in web format?
It's going to be published eventually. We're going to do little collections of it once they're done.
Dude. Well, good luck on that one.
You.
And thank you so much,
Yeah,
Fred.
thank you for having us.
If you can, please pick up this hardcover of Action Philosophers. It is hilarious. You will never look at the pre-Socratics the same way again. Check out Archer and Armstrong. Check out Little Classics. And I am Carlos Abdu, signing off. Bye-bye!